Hey, welcome to Common Cocktails. I'm Derrick Schommer, and today I want to do a little review for you guys, my fans, my dedicated crew. Today I wanted to look at a little bit of, let me get this in frame here, a little bit of Smith and Cross London traditional Jamaican rum. Now, this is a pure pot still, Plummer and Wedderburn, Navy strength, so it's 57% alcohol by volume. I've got it poured in my little Norland glass. If you want a really awesome freaking tasting glass, check below for the link to my Amazon affiliate. I would appreciate your business. Let's move on. So I got my notes, and why do I have notes for just a Jamaican rum? What makes Smith and Cross so great that it deserves some notes? Well, first the price. Let's look. Price, you could look, I googled it, totalwine.com I believe is the website, has it for about $25 for this Jamaican rum, 100 proof rum for $25. Yes, that's a good deal. Let's go over some notes. Did a lot of research. You deserve to know. 100% pot distilled. That means flavor. More on that in a minute. Cane juice, molasses, and whatever sugar syrup bottoms are, probably the stuff that falls to the bottom, the heavy particulates or whatnot. That makes a difference as well. More on that in a second. Wedderburn style rum and a Plummer style rum. What the hell is that? Wedderburn and Plummer are rums with a very high ester count. What is an ester? An ester is the aroma molecules when you're distilling that come out that give you a lot of fruity flavors, bananas, pears, apples, things that have fruit flavor to them. Those are very good. The problem is if you add a lot of ester, you're going to get a lot of aroma, and sometimes that could conflict with the flavors. So if it was a beer, that might work for like a white ale, but might not work for a different type of lager. So the ester play is part of what's going to give you a lot of the distillate appeal, but sometimes there's an over appeal, so you've got to really balance that out. The Wedderburn style, there's a 6-month aging on it. The Plummer is between 18 months and 3 years. Now, you might be like, Derrick, where do you get all this hidden proprietary information? It's pretty simple. Their website. On top of which that Plummer, that 3-year-old style high ester, is also aged in white oak, which is going to give you some nice white oak, buttery vanilla flavor. Navy strength simply means it's like 100 proof, and if you douse this stuff on top of gunpowder, it would still light, and that's important, especially if you're on a ship. The 100 proof also means that you could transport it better because higher alcohol makes it a little bit harder for the biologicals to get in there and destroy your product. Now, let's do some tasting, and then I'll talk about a little bit more about this pot still, about dunder and some other stuff. Step number 1, you're gonna wanna rinse your mouth. You might have seen me do it once, but I'm gonna do it again. This is high proof stuff, and I've had no alcohol today. Again, I'm sober. Because I'm in my backyard, I'm allowed to spit onto my plants. But you can either swallow it, spit in a bucket, those are your options. However, if you do swallow it, you're gonna find tastings get very much more difficult as you go because you get drunk really fast. It's high proof. Now, my mouth is a little bit on fire. And for those new drinkers that are like, how do you get by the rum burn? Oh my God, just deal. You gotta deal with it. You're not going to get used to something if you don't continue to try it. So you gotta taste and taste some more. Eventually it's gonna click and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm by that. What's next? What's the flavor notes? What are the profiles? What's the body of this? So if you wanna taste it, you need to do more. You need more experience. You can't run a marathon if you just get out there and run. You're gonna die, just like what's gonna happen if you start drinking very high proof stuff all the time. The aromas, molasses, caramel, like banana bread, like maybe like the old bananas that are kind of starting to get a lot black, a little fruit fly action going on. That smell of that really ripe banana. And there is a little bit of that rummy rum flavor, like not ethanol per se, but maybe like a sweet rum play. Let's try it. It's a little windy. I apologize for that. High burn factor, dry. Not a sweet flavor as you'd expect. It has a sweet aroma. It has that nice fruity flavor and that fruity aroma, but it dries out quick and it burns. You don't actually get all the way down your throat, I don't think. Maybe a little stomach warming depending on how big of a sip you take, but nice, silky smooth molasses. Your tongue is left with a little bit of that like cane, the little organic mineral action. a huge pungency that's hard to describe. It's like fruit flavors mixed with burn and molasses flavor, like that, just the dark rum. It's got like a dark rum appeal to it in the finish, even though it's almost gone. It's more of a lighter gold flavor. It's a Jamaican rum that has what Jamaican rums are supposed to have. So what is it supposed to have? What makes Jamaican rum so Jamaican? Why do you even need it? Why don't you just buy a Puerto Rican rum like Bacardi or Don Q? Because of the pungency, because of that ripe banana, pear, apple play that really cuts through and just wants to destroy your face. How does it do that? They build the rum with a wild yeast. So the yeast, you put all your molasses and your sugarcane juices and everything in a bucket. You add your wild yeast to it. That wild yeast is going to produce a different flavor than a different style of yeast. You can ask how I know this, but let's just leave it at this. I will be doing a still review in the next coming weeks for a local still company. I know some stuff about rum. They're adding dunder to the mix, so you distill it, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make your molasses blend with your sugar canes and your flavors. You're gonna throw some wild yeast. Yeast is gonna poop out alcohol. You're gonna take that alcohol, you're gonna separate it through a still process. That still process in this case is a pot still. The pot still, unlike a column still, which cleans things, just brushes the shit right down. So a column still continuously runs and it produces pure product. So if you're looking for a vodka, it's almost 100% of the time going to be a column still because they're cheaper, they're easier to clean, and they create very clean product. But you want some dirty product when you're working with rum. If you just wanted to clean the rum and you want to keep distilling it down and column stilling it over and over, you're going to end up with a vodka based on sugarcane or molasses. And it can be done. So you don't want to run it that hard. So you run it through a pot still and you get a lot of pungent, nuanced flavors that go beyond just a standard rum. But then you take it a level deeper. Now all that stuff you just distilled with, guess what? You take that what they call the dunder, the stuff that was in the still, and you add some of that back into the bottles or into the jars or the barrels or what. I don't know how they're specifically magically doing it in this case, but you add some of that fermented, just burned out, like alcohol's been removed for the most part. All you've got is like this yeast, this molasses, and this crap. You take some of that crap and you put it into your final product. It's gonna make it darker. It's gonna add that molasses flavor you're getting. For dark rums, blackstrap rums, it's gonna be thick in there, along with some charred oak. So you're gonna get that thick caramel vanilla dunder flavor, the pungency, the activity of what happens during that fermentation process, all in your beverage. That's what really makes it the Jamaican rum. That's where you get your Appletons and your Myerses. And personally, the reason I wanted to do a Smith Cross review is because Smith Cross is so much better in flavor than those. The dynamics, the fruitiness, the intensity, it's perfect for your tiki drinks, for your Mai Tais. A Mai Tai and a lot of tiki drinks call for like a black strap if they want to add a little bit of a molasses flavor to it. They're going to call in some cases for a Demerara rum to add a lot more thick molasses sweetness to it and like that brown sugar flavor. But overall, once those guys are your liqueurs of rums, when you're looking at what's going to rip through and bring you that action, that tiki, kick you in the face flavor to combine with your orgeats and your lime juices and all that stuff, that is where the Jamaican rum comes in. So for that, you're going to need an aggressive, kick you in the teeth style rum with lots of pungent flavors to be able to push through a lot of those other sweeteners like the orgeats and the other stuff, the almond syrups that you're going to put in there. But if you're going to do rum tastings, if you're inspired by what we do and say, I need to get myself some rums, I want to be able to taste the difference. Here's a question I get a lot, and you guys down below, you experienced people, can answer this question today. What should a newbie drinker start selecting for their first rum? Right? That's always asked. What is the rum I should be getting? Here's the deal. Smith Cross is not the rum you pick up if you want to do your first rum tasting with your buddies. It's going to be more in advance. So if you had levels 1 through 5, I would put this at about a 3.5 to 4 on the level scale. Maybe not as much as like a Lemon Heart or something that's super intense. Maybe even like even a Demerara rum or a blackstrap rum with the medicinal flavors. Those get up there as opposed to like your Bacardis and your very light aged rums. This is going to be more advanced, but if you're not sipping, Even if you're a newbie and you're making a lot of tiki drinks, having Smith Cross, having those banana flavors, those intense flavors in your mouth that go into that cocktail are gonna make it vibrant and exciting. If you wanna pair your Mai Tais with another rum, you mix 1 ounce of your Smith Cross with a 1 ounce of Martinique rum, which is more of a cane juice derivative, which is gonna give you earthy, mineral, crazy grassy notes, that's level 5 on the scale of rum tastings. That's your advanced stuff. But you bring the advanced and the moderate together and it makes a perfect harmony for cocktails, which is what makes Trader Vic so well known. And that's why he has a Wikipedia page. It's not just because he made a Mai Tai or he competed with Don Beach over like the zombies and other kind of crazy stuff. It's because the guy was a genius in flavor pairings. Pure and simple. This is a great product. I highly suggest you get it. My wife loves it. So there you go, that's already good. If you're big into rum and you don't have Smith & Cross, for $25 for a high proof Navy strength rum that gives you the pungent flavors and it smokes the crap out of the Myers' dark rum, burn your face off, just ethanol all up in the grill. This is the stuff you want to get. Hopefully you enjoyed this little educational piece. Before the sidebar pops up, what I wanted to tell you is I've been very busy. I've been working like 14 plus hours a day writing software because I'm looking for ways to be able to fund my life. The show, it is what it is, but I'm working on a video game with my buddy Rob. You can see him if you want to watch some of our golf cocktail contests. You can see Rob there. Both of us have been writing software for 12, 13, 14 years. We came out of college and we were in college in the labs working on video games because we thought it was fun. Now, we've decided we're going to actually launch one. It's going to come out on Steam probably in the November time frame. If you like kind of retro classic arcade games like Gradius, kind of brought together with Gauntlet, with a Zelda appeal to it, it's going to be score-based, fast action, kill things. Stay tuned, I will announce that as I get further on. Maybe I can throw some screenshots up once our artist has finished the initial graphics for it. We got all the set stuff done, but we need to get the character graphics. So leave your comments below what you think of that. That's it. Sidebar for more videos. Down below you can check out AwesomeDrakes.com. You can use our coupon code SEP17. Save yourself 17% off at Awesome Drakes. Just click right below. We're teaching you how to drink.